Hello viewers in this fine hour. Today's topic, let's briefly discuss dividend stocks because, well, it's probably the most popular investing strategy in the stock market out there. How to properly invest in dividends, or how to get best quality dividend stocks, and how to make money out of them. So let's cover this topic briefly because that's lengthy topic and it's of course out of that for one video, but nevertheless, let's start. And let's start with a simple thing. Let's see what the dividend stocks are according to internet. What are dividend stocks? What's the best? Let's open Time magazine. This is random, of course. Dividend stocks are companies that pay out proportion of their profits to shareholders. These payouts come out in monthly, quarterly, and annually. Anyways, you got the drill. I wanted to show other definition than my own to prove the point that dividend stocks are stocks which pay good dividends and are stable, and presumption is that you are going to invest in these stocks and they will give you like consistent returns via form of dividends and probable long-term growth. So you could get best of both worlds. And let's assess whether this assessment is true or not. Let's see. I have opened a couple of windows to see what's the probable performance of these strategies might be. So basically also these are more or less random tests, more random estimates, and in my experience, if you look at something at random, not nitpicking, you might get better results, especially in financial markets, because in financial markets there are so many data that you could get narrative for everything. So let's just look at a couple of like simple researches which would say, are they actually worth considering? So this is something like TSC Wealth Daily Advice. I don't know about this site much, and they are basically implying differences between dividend and index investing. You all know what index investing is, I hope. So what are their conclusions and tips? You have to know economic stability of countries when investing in international dividend ETFs, firstly. Secondly, know how to broad the dividend ETF so you can determine its volatility, so your risk-adjusted returns are stable. And of course, know the current financial health of each company in the ETF. So if you're investing in the ETFs of dividend shares, you have to get stable proportional results without any surprises. Another benefit for some dividend investors, probably that's their pitch to their product, but I don't want to pitch that, but I'm simply saying that there are ETFs that pay dividends consisting of good funds and they are matching indices. That's the conclusion of this article, and there are similar articles of that. There are also articles which compares dividend funds and dividend stocks, but that's not the point. But now let's see if we have established the fact very briefly that index investing and dividend investing might be comparable, and even dividend investing might be better because of the consistency of dividends. Let's see how some random sites are saying what to invest and how to look at them. So, for instance, this approach for nerdwallet.com is, firstly, you have to find dividend paying stock, evaluate it, decide how much stock you want to buy. What's the next? And that's all. Well, but I haven't read for purposes of this video. I specifically didn't read those articles. I just glanced at them to see what they are giving us. So they are saying that you have to find company which is safe, which is sound, which has good value, and which pays consistent dividends, like the logical steps. And then they are giving on randomly probably some sort of dividend stocks. 50%. Well, we have to check that out into more detail. This is not video about it, but still, yes, they are determining this approach. They are saying this approach could work, and there are their lists. And now let's go to Morningstar. It's a bit larger institution, so it has list of 10 dividends, and let's see what they are saying here. They are Verizon Communications with yield of 7.36%, Pfizer yield 4.07%, Cisco 3.0%, Comcast 2.85% dividend yield, Amgen, I don't know this corporation, with 3.84 yield, Medtronic 3.22 year yield, Yielded Sciences 3.82% yield, Duke Energy, Blackstone with 4.3 yield, which is interesting, Trust Financial 6.42 yield. So you get an idea. These are like top tier United States companies, multi-corporations with very stable financial histories and good dividend yields, like Blackstone 6%, 4.3%, excuse me, Trust Financial 6.42%. If you stack these companies together, you probably might have something. Like, I doubt that Blackstone or Trust Financial will go out of business anytime soon, and if you make portfolio of these companies, you probably are not going to make worst investment in your life. But still, let's continue my 5-minute research and look at the best dividend stocks of July 2023 by Forbes. So they have Texas Instruments, Lockheed Martin, Merck, Air Products and Chemicals, Automatic Data Processing, Broadcom, Microchip Technology Incorporated, Tractor Supply Company, Rockwell Automation, Hershey Company. So they have all, also most of the companies you know, or you could find that S&P 500, so they are properly made. They have good financials because there is, as I'm seeing here now, they have good evaluation models and they have good financials. So I wouldn't digest each of this company in this video because I'll go out of the depth here, but the point what they are saying is that these companies are safe and stable and making good dividend yields. But here's the thing, why I opened 3 pages, because each of these 3 pages had different dividend yielding stocks which didn't like overlap with each other. So here are 9 companies, here are 10 companies, and here are other 10 companies, and probably you have like 200 other companies which would qualify to any kind of reasonable standards, which pay good dividends, which has good paying history, which are stable companies. You know the drill. So what I'm saying here is that there are actually a lot of companies and there are a lot of methodologies which could evaluate high paying dividend companies which could yield you good investing results. Research show that this approach works. It might give you good results. Logic says the same thing. And if you look at like top quality financial websites in the world, someone who doesn't promote ICOs or penny stocks, they are always going to these strategies. So you could presume out of these factors that it might be a good idea to consider this strategy, but there are a lot of methodologies how to do that, how to evaluate it, and most importantly how to invest from your perspective to get those maximum returns. So that's the work. The principle is there. There is possibility to make returns which are even better than general indices if you calculate all the pros and cons. But the trick is to find the best approach for your style. So with that said, wait for my next videos. I'm certainly going to look at dividend investing strategies and other stock strategies as well. There are a couple of strategies besides this strategy which could bring good results, and you will see them in my later videos. So make sure you are following me and stay tuned. Bye.